President Irfaan Ali conducted an impromptu visit back in June to North and South Rumveldt, two communities located in South Georgetown. During the visit, some of the primary concerns raised by residents were poor drainage and dilapidated roads. These issues have been affecting them for quite some time. The head of state committed to having them addressed, and as a result, a team of government officials was immediately dispatched to work along with residents to craft a plan on how they can be remedied. It was following this intervention by the President and subsequent engagement by the team of government officials that the Ministry of Agriculture, through the National Drainage and Irrigation Authority, in collaboration with several community development councils in the two communities, commenced the drainage rehabilitation project. Community Talk cameras visited the area to have a first-hand look at the works undertaken by the new CDC groups, which have also created employment for scores of persons within the community. We also sought the views of residents on the impact of these interventions. President Ali was here. He did a walk around. He received a lot of complaints about flooding and other issues affecting the community. You're from this community. Tell us a bit about flooding here and what it's like when the rain comes.
Well, flooding has become like a norm. We expect when rain falls, south to flood, and it shouldn't be. And we're so happy that the government has implemented this initiative to clean the alleys, because this is a start. It's a really good start, and the fact that we have employed the residents of the community to help clean so they can understand that they have to keep the community clean. All this is debris and waste and stuff from residents. And we need them to see, we need residents to also see that when the guys are cleaning, they can give them their support, because cleaning the alley, first of all, it's really good for your health. The mosquito situation in South, they don't really talk about it. It's horrible. We're coupled with the fact that we live in the back of the sugarcane field there, and it's crazy. Plus, coupled with the fact that whenever rain falls, it floods in South. Everybody knows this. So cleaning the drains really has made an impact, because rain has been falling and we have seen a significant change. So we're so grateful for the government for this. Very, very grateful.
I think it's a good initiative, because it can help the community a lot, Basically, the cleaning is do a lot other than just draining the trenches and stuff. Because I see the stagnated water and them thing is not good. It accumulates mosquitoes, different diseases and all these things. So it's different ways how it has helped the community, right? The only issue I would say I have with it is that how often they do it. Because I believe if they make it something that they could do at least every month or 2 months, whatever, it wouldn't be so much work that would have to be done all the time. It would just be basically a maintenance. Because for this alley that clean behind here, sir, I could tell you personally, the last time I see it in this state, I was like 8 or 9 years old.
Well, when rain falls through here, before the road was completed, it was terrible due to the alley. Well, it has been years since the alley had cleaned. That was about let's say 2014, the alley cleaned. I've noticed that the work is being completed under this new group, and it is really, on behalf of the community, it is really appreciated.
Now, you said completed with this new group here. You've been here for some time. Have you seen the old CDC group persons come around to do cleaning or anything like that, desilting of drains?
Well, to be honest, I was aware that there was a group before, but the work wasn't completed finishing on time. There were a lot of delays and stuff like that, but I've noticed this group is working, which is much appreciated.
Okay.
I must confess that this is the first time I have seen a proper job done, in the sense that the previous persons who were cleaning the drains. You never saw, well, people never knew that the gutters were concrete, and they saw it now. And that you never saw before.
Here with Keisha Elliott, the chairman of the Lower South Rumvelt Roxanne Burnham Gardens CDC. Now, Keisha, your CDC group was tasked with desilting some drains in the area. Tell us a bit about the scope of work that was done to desilt these drains.
Well, the scope of work was very intense because it seems as though these drains was not done in a very long time. We've had about 7 alleyways to clean. We knock down the vegetation, we desilt, got rid of the desilt, put it in a way where so that it wouldn't come back into the drains. These drains are concrete, so we went all the way down to bottom, remove all the mud and everything out of it so that the water can flow once we have a rainfall, right? Because that seemed to have been one of the major issues in the flooding of the Lower South Rumvelt area and Roxanne.
Now, what would you say to residents who live along these alleys, and given the fact, well, given some of the things you'd have seen your workers removing from these alleys and would contribute to flooding in these areas, what would you say to those persons?
Well, and I'm glad that I actually got this opportunity to say this. Majority of what we have ran into in these alleys are personal items, personal things that the residents are dumping over the fence into the alley, like mattress. We even ran into a motorcycle. Wow. You know, all kinds of rubbish and garbage, because we would clean here and go to the other one and come back, and they're still dumping stuff. So 95% of what's happening, the residents has to take responsibility. If we want to do this and make it happen and make it work efficiently, the residents have to also play their part and dump their trash, their garbage, whatever they have to dispose in an appropriate way and place versus in the alley, because it's going to cause a problem for everybody.
Where were you employed before you started here?
Well, I is working interior. Yeah, I'm a judge one. You understand me? But right during to certain things, I ain't working right now. So I ain't tongue right now, and I'm glad for the little work here, but you don't know his stiffness is still away. Right. Just like if you're in the back down.
Right.
Yeah.
So are you from this community?
I'm from Stevie Doski.
So you would have experienced flooding and things like that when the rain falls?
Yeah, and right now, you might get a little flood here, but any 20 minutes, 15 minutes, the water running off. And during to cleaning the alley cars and down. You understand? This is why weakness. You understand?
What would you say to persons who live along these alleys? Because I notice a lot of stuff that you guys would have pulled out that shouldn't be into the alleyway here. What would you say to those persons as somebody who has the task of cleaning this area?
Well, I would say to them, man, don't litter or throw anything that ain't supposed to be in the alley. Car it's not easy. It's stopping up a lot of blockage and the water getting for run off. So I would advise them to don't litter or throw anything in the alley. You understand me?
We're talking with Maxine Padmore, the chair for the North Rumvelt CDC. Now, Maxine, tell us a bit about the work that your CDC has done in terms of desilting, weeding, and other works you have done in the community of North Rumvelt here.
Well, good afternoon to you. We had the North Rumvelt CDC. I'm the chairwoman. We took from Flying Fish Street to the well, and we had 6 alleyways. When we first came, we started from lot 4 to 6. We did cutting and pulling first. We took 1 week to do that. And then we take 3 weeks to desilt.
Roadworks on Aubrey Barker Road have commenced, fulfilling another commitment made by President Ali during his visit back in June. The 95.3 million in roadworks include the widening of the road to ease congestion and the construction of drains to address the issue of flooding, which severely affects the community. You as a driver, they're widening parts of Aubrey Barker Road and they're putting in the concrete drains as well. What do you think about that?
Well, I believe the development in the community is good and it aids in more business opportunities for youngsters like myself. People in the community can benefit, easy access. Well, what would be appreciated also is if they can get a speed hump on the road, because the opening of the road causes the traffic to be flying sometimes, so it would be much appreciated.
As a driver, they're doing some widening to the Aubrey Barker Road. How much sense do you think that makes?
It makes a lot of sense because the road is too narrow at certain points, and with the increase of traffic vehicles on the road, you have to widen and expand and find alternatives.
Some 55 million will be expended for cleaning and other rehabilitation works on drains within the community to mitigate the effects of seasonal flooding in the area.